I think the best thing to talk about would probably be the most prevalent thing, UFC 257, Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 2. This fight has to be in my top 3 of all time. Not necessarily because the fight itself, but I mean everything around the fight. Everyone made it out as if Dustin was just here to boost Conor up into lightweight title contention. The return of Khabib for Conor versus Khabib 2. Everyone was counting Dustin out. I mean, even the odds looked bad for Dustin. And in the prediction video, it was only me and Yabuki backing Dustin. And even the people who thought Dustin would win, we were expecting him to pull off decision was the most likely way. Submission possibly, because Conor has that quitter mindset. But to knock Conor McGregor out in his rounds, that was crazy. I mean, that was one of the coolest upsets I've seen in a bit. But the big question is, what's next? What's gonna happen next for both these fighters? I'm gonna start with what I'd like to see happen next. And that would be Dustin Poirier having another crack at the undisputed gold title, not just the interim title. I want to see him as champion before we even have talks of a trilogy happening between Conor and Dustin. And I definitely don't want it to be against Michael Chandler. I mean, Michael Chandler literally just made his UFC debut on the same card. And it was a hell of a debut. That was fucking awesome. But one win over the person who Dustin just beat and then have yourself in title contention, it doesn't make sense to me. And it doesn't make sense to Dustin either. So what would make more sense is Charles. I mean, Charles is on an 8-fight win streak. He just beat one of the best lightweights there ever was in dominant fashion. If I remember correctly, it was a 30-26. It was rough to watch. Either Charles or have Charles fight Gaethje and then have the winner of that challenge Dustin for the title. And as for Conor kind of has 2 choices here. He has 2 choices here. He can either fight a top lightweight contender, do it the right way, or he could fight Nate Diaz, who's making his return to lightweight. Kind of have that trilogy fight close that chapter. It's probably going to be Nate Diaz. It's probably going to be the trilogy fight between him and Nate Diaz. But I would actually prefer to see Conor fighting top contenders, not just this money fight. There can't be anyone out there who actually thinks Nate can beat Conor in a trilogy fight. So maybe have Conor fight. You could have Conor fight Chandler. You could have Conor fight Dan Hooker. There's Tony Ferguson. There's RDA. There's a lot of things that can happen. And it's interesting to see how this is all going to unfold, because the lightweight division's freaking on fire right now. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, before trilogy talks are even a thing, I want some fights between them.